What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So as you've seen by the title, we indeed picked up a project truck. Now, I didn't record any of it yesterday. If you want to follow some of the process and seeing how what the process was actually going and getting the truck and stuff, Morgan is making TikToks now on kind of the process of actually working on the truck, and she did us going and getting it yesterday. So I'll put her TikTok down here. You guys can go look it up. Follow her on TikTok and watch the process. I'll post a little bit on TikTok, but she's mostly the TikTok person now. I'm going to be posting on YouTube of the whole process. We did get it, like I said, get it home yesterday. We unloaded it like 10 o'clock last night, put it in the shop at the farm, and then now today we just got back to the farm. I picked up a couple things. We picked up all the parts that we need to fix it because it does not run yesterday, and we're going to go try to put it together and see if it'll start for the first time. So let's go see it. Here it is. It's a 2005 379. It has had a rebuilt engine in it with paperwork probably about 680,000 miles ago. And I just did find the paperwork this morning that it did get new rod and main bearings and a new cam in 2020. So it's got recent motor work done on it. I was told it has a trans 117,000 miles ago. I did find paperwork for a trans and a clutch, but I did not find the mileage on there. So it did get a new transmission and clutch in 2018. We should measure the wheelbase. I'm kind of curious to know what the wheelbase is. But it's got an MXS C15 Caterpillar. Trying to think what else. We got the stacks. They're right in there. So it does have stacks. I just took them off to haul it home. And then there's an 18-speed trans, I think, was in it. I'll be honest, I can't even remember. Yep, 18-speed transmission. It actually has the American class interior, which is cool. Morgan's really excited to detail it and see how it turns out. It needs some love, don't get me wrong, but it's a very nice truck for the price we paid for it. And today we are going to throw a new injector in it, new hold down bolts, and basically throw the engine assembly back together and try to start it for the first time because we have not heard it run. I stopped at a buddy's yesterday. He gave me all the parts that we needed. So we got this stuff was what's out of it. As you can see, some broken bolts and stuff. I got a new one of these. I can't remember what this piece is called, but he gave me a new one. So we got a new used injector O-rings, bunch of new bolts. We did get all the bolts out of the head already. Yesterday I stopped by him, he helped me super quick and literally took us like 5 minutes to get these out. This one he used a screwdriver. The one he used a reverse drill bit on and literally, this one literally backed it right out. So we got really lucky. The head's okay, the head's not cracked. So we got all the parts. The injector, the spring was broke on it, so we got a new injector, and he said just swap it out. This was a warranty injector where they just replaced all 6, and so it was a good used injector. So he just gave me that. I just got to take him back my other one. So far I have no money into this other than the little bit of oil that I bought to put all this stuff together. The only other damage I noticed was on that piece there and there, a little bit on that. I'm gonna have to pull it out and inspect it a little more, but I think it'll hopefully be all right. Other than that, everything looked to be pretty good. So we're gonna pull everything out, clean it, and then I'll pull the valve covers off and kind of show you. I gotta go through and make sure that everything underneath there's no like other pieces that are broken in the valve train that can go down into the motor. So we'll open the hood, pull the valve covers off, and we'll start from there. Okay, so we already had the intake tube off. We took it off yesterday when I went and looked at it to pop this. So when I looked at it, I pulled it apart just to make sure the head wasn't broke. He already had the rocker assembly out of here, but this is still unbroken from last night yet. But so 3 and 4 are the ones that broke. They broke actually down. A couple of them broke down in here. We got all those out. I thought this one's broke yet, and this one's broke. So I got actually getting vice grips to pull this one out yet. This one I already broke loose. So this one will come out, and then I took this bolt out already as well. So I just realized we're gonna have to get a torque wrench. I didn't grab a torque wrench. But cam looks good, block looks good. And not the block, the head looks good. The injector that's broke is this one right here. So if you look, the spring is broke on it. So we have a new injector for that one. Okay, I pulled the 3 valve covers off. I just want to start by saying I've never done any of this before. This is all new to me from a little bit that Leroy explained. So part of the reason taking these off is to see if I can find anything else, any shavings or broken things. I can't find anything else. And then 2, I can look at these, how this actually goes all back together completely. But yeah, so I went through with a magnet and got all the metal shavings I can find. So now I'm gonna wipe everything down, and then I'm gonna take a rag and shove it down underneath these holes and blow brake clean down in these holes, because we drilled out some of these, the bolts that were broke, to get them out. Well, the one that we got, this one we drilled out, that one was a pain in the ass one. This one backed up with a screwdriver. But we're gonna clean the holes out really good and then try to wipe everything down. You see the cam's got some stuff on it. Wipe it all down good with a rag, not spraying it with brake clean, just the hole. And then we can start putting stuff back together. Well, actually, no, we have to pull the injector out first. Okay, so before we remove the injector, we're taking off the return line and the feed line for the injector rail. We're gonna dump this one down into a bucket, and then we're gonna blow air through here to drain the, well, attempt to this. Oh, that bitch seems pretty, oh fuck, I just took the wrong one off. Just realized that. I gotta take this top one off. My bad. But take this off and then we'll blow air through it so that it doesn't hydrolock the engine. I mean, it'll still start, but it'll just turn over super hard. So this is just a better way to do it. Okay, I got the injector out. I actually forgot to record that. I'm gonna have my brother start recording here once my mom leaves. But that's why we're replacing the injector. So the spring is broke. So I got the new used injector. Right now I'm gonna change the O-rings. I got new O-rings here. And then we're gonna oil up, slap her in, and then start bolting stuff in. So we're going the right direction now. So we got the new used injector here. We put new O-rings on it, oiled it up good, and then we cleaned out the injector hole. Just used the microfiber because, well, that's all we got. And then took the air hose, blew it out, and cleaned it. So the injector hole is, you know, at least cleaner than it was. So drop the new injector down in here. Like so. I just want to say this again. We've never done this before. This is Tanner's first time too. So we're just kind of winging it. Oh, I forgot I have to get the broken thing out of that. We have 2 on the other one. Just winging it.
That's all you can do.
What we do best. Just wing it, and hope shit works. I also gotta find a clip for this, but I think I lost that clip. Okay. So we got this set at 50 foot-pounds. Hopefully we don't snap the bolt off. I'm gonna need an extension, son of a bitch. Make this work. I'm gonna get a vice grips and take that. I'd rather not use an extension because it'll be a lot more accurate. This is the other broken bolt. This is the only one I actually haven't gotten out yet. Better tighten my vice grips tighter. Vice grips, I guess, a piece of junk. Pittsburgh makes a lot of good, pretty decent tools, but their vice grips fucking suck.
I don't know.
Huh. Never seen one like that before. There we go. Just like that. Yeah, Yeah, I've been leaving it in there so I can remember where this one goes, but I guess it don't really matter.
That's the biggest one, ain't it?
What was that?
That's the biggest bolt, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the short end, I remember the short end goes in the bottom, the long end goes to the top. God, that seems really tight. I don't trust this torque wrench yet. We're gonna just start at 40. I want to hear it click first, make sure it plugging. Okay, that's 40. Okay, we're not too far up then. Oh, that's so scary.
What's it supposed to go to?
50. So like less than 10 foot-pounds more. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay, injector's in. That was terrifying. I always hate torquing stuff because, like, ever since Shannon gave me the wrong torque specs that one time, and I snapped off head bolts on that racing engine we had. I've been terrified ever since.
Yeah.
Once we get it started and running over low drive, then we try to figure out how to do an overhead. I've never done an overhead on Cat. I've never done an overhead in any of them. I've always just taken them to somebody. So.
What do you mean overhead? Like valve lash and stuff?
Valves and stuff, yeah, because we don't know if any of this has been messed with, or when the last time it's been done. So, I'm gonna want to do an overhead on it before we run it too much, just so we know. But I want to know if it runs first. You know, before I stick a bunch of money in it.
Right.
Or not a bunch of money, but time into doing overhead. And, you know, I don't know how to do one, so if I fuck it up, I want to know if it runs first. You know what I mean? You know, picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah, if it don't run good, you want to know it's something else, not your lack of knowledge of doing that.
Exactly. You want to hand me that magnet behind you? See, this is why we're gonna run a little bit too. I want to change the oil. Maybe that's not a. It's a chunk of something. Yeah. It's metal, whatever it is.
It could just be a chunk of the bolt if it went broke or something. It looks pretty sharp, isn't it? Like the corner of the jagged bolt thread or something.
You still have access to the shop here over there? On the floor?
Yeah.
These holes in them. I just hope we're doing this right.
Only one way to find out.
Shit.
This is how I felt when I was doing the head studs and stuff on my truck when I bought it.
Scary part is just a little more expensive if we fuck this up.
Yeah, at least you don't have to use this to get to work, so.
That is true. Okay, so what we're doing now, this is a Jake brake, actually, assembly. We have to get this bolt out yet that's broke. You see the bottom of it's right there. And then right now what we're working on is this. I still don't know what these are called. This is some type of oil or something. But this piece needs to go in here. And the problem we have is it snapped off and there's nothing to grab onto. So we got a nut and we're gonna weld in the inside of this and then try that. I think it's gonna work. That's the only thing I can think of.
Worth a shot.
Otherwise everything looks to be in good shape. the rocker. Where did I see that? Guess she got a little chewed up right there from something, but yeah. I don't know. I don't see no damage on any of this stuff. Hang on a second. Flip this around here. You want to flip all these so they're the right way? Actually, flip them all upside down.
It's all upside down,
No damage on the bottom of them. Flip them all right there. Other way. I'll set her back down.
This is not spinning.
Oh, it's because it's too far down. Well, I don't see any damage on these at all. But I don't see any damage on these. I'm not exactly sure what hit this even. We'll maybe try to clean up the burrs a little bit in some of them spots before we set that in. But other than that, everything else is good. So we just got to get this bolt out and this one here. And then she's ready to set in, bolt down, and fire it up. Okay, so we got her welded in. I think it's about the best she's going to get. And it's hot. Hopefully don't wreck the bottom piece. I don't know. Here she comes. Uh-oh.
Well, it didn't land on the pile of wood chips, so that's good.
Hey. Ooh, they get some spatter down in there though. Well, I'll try to clean that up. Much more. Take this back in here. Kind of like welding a diff. You're just gonna feel around in there with a magnet.
They shouldn't be that stuck. That's
No, a lot of
pretty
them
oily.
A lot of these actually come off already. Okay. I think I got everything. So then we'll just kind of wipe that over with the microfiber. Just like that. Run this one more time, and then bolt that piece in. That was easier than I thought it would be though. Down the hole a little bit. And then down a little right here. Nice and clean.
Good deal.
So now we take our new little piece we got here, and this goes down in here. Easy peasy. Fucking dope. Just like that. Now we're all ready to shove this thing back together. So this one I pulled out of this hole because it was in the way. This one will go here, which will have to get torqued to 40 foot-pounds, I believe. And then this one goes here. I don't know what size that is. Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. Shit. We're gonna have to do like half and half. It's not gonna be fully on.
No, just don't punch yourself in the chin if it slips off.
Man, fucking punching the turbo. Every time I bump this, it's sharp as fuck. God, this goes forever. Jesus Christ. Why is it fucking long? Oh, there we go. Jet. Oh, it's really close. Okay, there's one. Just turn it on fast. Okay, hammer torqued. Realistically, I'm just gonna lower this stuff up a little bit. Just so it's got a little something on it when it starts. Don't know if it needs it, but personally, I'd rather be safe than sorry. How about this flipping these?
Okay.
I don't know how.
Do they all gotta go
That way, yes.
this way?
I don't want to get dirt on this. We should take that off first. Push that if you can. This right here. Push it towards the front. There we go. A little more. Damn, that shit goes in there hard. How does somebody do this by themselves?
I don't know.
There's gotta be a fucking trick to this. This might have been one of them things to watch a YouTube video on, to be honest.
Maybe.
That way.
You're pinched up against this clip here.
Oh, there we go. That hurt.
Pinch your finger.
Yep. Pretty good too. Oh,
Oh.
that hurts so bad. Okay, I need to sit for a minute. Oh, my finger hurts really bad. We got most of the rocker sitting in there. I gotta adjust it and set it down completely. But I freaking smashed my finger. I don't know how people do this. I mean, there's gotta be a trick to it that I don't know. But I smashed my finger pretty good. Holding the rocker shaft and like on the edge of this freaking thing right here. Because it slipped a little bit. Oh, it hurt so bad. But we gotta spin this a little bit to get that sitting down right, and then we can start bolting this down. So looks like this bolt will go in this front hole right here. It looks like after I put this on. So we're gonna spin this right, then we got the 3 other stud style bolts we'll put in this hole, this one, and then the front one. Set the rocker or the Jake brake assembly down, and then we'll add the nuts plus this bolt here in there. And then we also have a nut that goes on here, and 2 small ones that go in these front corners. Looks good. Oh, and this. I gotta see if I actually got the bolts for this. I don't know if I got bolts for that. So I'm gonna give Tanner the phone, and then I'm gonna go real quick, see if I got bolts for that, and then we're gonna straighten this and bolt that down. Okay, and then when we put these in, these will get cranked down to 100 foot-pounds. I think we might run into the length issue on this one too, I don't know. It's gonna be close. So, run these down just a little bit. That's sitting down on me.
Your dad said you probably could.
It's such a like. You can like barely tell. Granted, it's sitting at like the lowest setting on this torque wrench because it's such a big torque wrench. Maybe that's why. You torque this one. All right, over up to 75. Over. All right. And 100. She's torqued. Oh, that's so scary. And then we can put the rocker assembly down, or not the rocker, the Jake brake assembly down and start hooking that up.
Well, I don't know if I got 100 in me from this weird angle. Step stools and tip over.
Okay. Now, throw the Jake brake assembly in here.
Can you hand tighten that other piece while it's up here? Or do you gotta do it before you put it in?
I can, because it'll be right here. So it'll be easy to do. Probably be easier when it's torqued down, and honestly, then it doesn't, I don't have to try a whole bolt. If you guys are wondering the piece he's talking about, it's that one that we changed on here. Because we just basically hand tightened it. We're waiting to hear if there's a torque spec on that, but he said just kind of crank it down with the ratchet. You want to grab them wires? Try not to smash my fingers. So we have this nut. This nut. This one. We have a long bolt. These, which will be torqued 40 foot long. We'll do them last. After all these big ones torqued. So I bump this up to 50. So we're going to use this one to go 50. On all these. I don't know if there's a certain way you got to torque these, but okay, last one. You're gonna have to down. Torque.
Yep.
Okay. We're gonna bump up to, we're just gonna go straight to 100 foot-pounds on this. And then bump that one down to 40. So I'm gonna do 40. since everything is torqued down to 50, we are going to 40 on these, and then we'll check it again after it's torqued to 100. Which I think is pretty good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll work. I'm still more worried about the rockers than I am this.
Why?
I don't know. I just feel like if you torque it to 100 foot-pounds, but it's fighting the valve springs, then that's.
And it felt like there's always pressure on it, not like this one. Not gonna lie, this is more scary than the loud ones.
I wouldn't worry.
Let's just turn a long way. I don't like this. Holy shit. Yeah, we just pretty much got, it's like getting close to be ready to fire. We got the top end almost all back together.
Well, close to ready to crank. We're gonna hope it'll fire.
I gotta prime the fuel system yet. But
Yeah, that's
then I'm gonna check them all again. It's fucking scary. Okay, so that one's good. Cranking this one.
Hold on, this is a. There you go.
Let's see, I'm gonna check that one a little bit more.
You could me do the workout.
It ain't that hard.
When I did my pickup, I think I can't remember if I did 150, but there's 26 of them.
You want to know hard? 400 foot-pounds, and you start doing lug nuts, and you do 10 on each wheel. By the time you're done, you're at 10, 20, 60 lug nuts. After about the second or third wheel, when you're, all you do is drive all day, you're pretty fucking wore out, because the torque wrench itself isn't that light either. So you're just, it's pretty good workout. So I gotta tighten that, throw this little oiler valve on, and prime the fuel system. That should be ready to start.
Cool.
I'm gonna have to throw a zip tie on this one clip too, because I don't know that one's missing.
Yeah, we'll make it work. Yep.
Okay, so we tightened that piece down. This is all we got left. So this was broke. That's actually one of the pieces that was broke. It actually sheared this right off. This is the piece that we welded to. It sheared that off completely, but this just sits on here. And I don't know exactly, there's something for the Jake brakes, I believe, that like it's an oiler of some sort. But it literally just sits here like that. So all we got left is we should have to just prime the fuel system after this. I will have to get a new clip for this. We just put zip ties on. I said I don't know if I said that a little earlier, but we lost that one. And I found it too. The sad part is I found it when I was looking at the truck down and laying in the motor, kind of by the springs here. And I set it on this rear valve cover. And I think the wind, because it was super windy, Morgan had to hold the hood to look at it. And I either forgot to grab it and left it there, or the wind blew it off and I didn't recognize or realize it, or I set it somewhere and I just can't find it. So I'm gonna have to see if Leroy's got one, or I'll have to order one online. But zip ties will hold it for now. It's just I mean, these things like barely, like they barely do anything. I'm actually surprised it's all that holds that. But otherwise, yeah, everything's torqued. Again, when we start it, we're going to obviously run it a little bit, and then we're gonna have to figure out how to do an overhead on them. Probably not today, but. Okay. Prime the fuel system and fire it up. See if we got a good deal on that.
Deal.
So what we're going to do, we'll hop down. We have to prime the fuel system. We're going to have this is the fun part of the cat, you know? The Cummins, you get this really fancy, you just turn the key and let it do its thing.
Yeah.
None of the cat. I remember days where I sat here for 20 minutes priming this shit. Granted, at least when I found out, you have to fill the fuel filters like over full, and you put them in there, or you sit here for fucking 20 days.
Yeah.
It just looks like it's got a new primer on it almost. But we're gonna prime it until it comes out of the return hose here, and then put it on, prime it up, and it should start. And then we should make sure nothing's in the air cleaners. We'll have to pull that off. We'll start with no air filters on. You want this, just so it's pointed down towards the bucket. Gotta stand up here. To be honest, that primed a lot faster than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Maybe,
I suppose
the
if everything
plunger's
else.
good on this one. Maybe the plunger I had on mine was shit. You know, God knows how old the plunger was on the truck that I had. Mine had over 2 million miles on it. She was pretty clapped. I think the people who rebuilt that one didn't really do it right. I heard a couple of horror stories of that one. Oh yeah, she's primed. Where'd that noise come out of?
Sounds like it.
Is it leaking? That was leaking. Okay. You want to see if the girls want to come in here and see if we start this session? Try with them.
Yeah, because it can either be I got a really good deal or I got really fucked.
Hopefully the battery's not dead. coffee. We might need an injector, I don't know. You hear it? Man, it's got a little fuel in it, it might have to work some.
Could be a second of for a little bit of air or something that hasn't worked out.
And then it's been sent since November. So it's been sent 6 months. I'm gonna put the valve cover back on and then go there and start throwing stacks on. Well, as you can see, we got a runner. Morgan's gonna throw this back together. She started working on the fender, straightening it, but we did not have the correct tools here, so she's gonna throw it back together and do that at home. And then me and Tanner are gonna throw this intake pipe back on, throw the stacks back on. I don't know how well the stacks are gonna seal, because I gotta get new flex pipe, and then eventually soon we're gonna take that muffler out as well. But that's not a today project, so we're gonna throw the rest of this stuff back together so we can drive it, see how it drives. I gotta throw air into one tire back here that's flat. It's a kind of a junk tire anyway, but it did debeat. So gonna throw some air in that, enough so we can go take it for a test drive, and then we're gonna take it back to our house so that Morgan and I can work on it when we want to. Plus, we cannot keep anything in here throughout the week because this, like I said, this isn't our shop. It's the farm that lets us use it, luckily, which is very, very nice. So we're gonna finish throwing this together and see how it drives. And hopefully the transmission and the clutch is good now. It does seem to have a slight miss, but again, that could be something to do with the fact that we just bled the system. So there might be a little air in the fuel until we drive it a little bit. Put the stacks back on. Tires are all aired up. That one was debeated. A couple were somewhat low, but I figured I was doing one, I might as well do one because they got the big compressor here. We got the hood closed. I gotta buy new hood stuff to align the hood. You probably can't see it, which I'll show you later, but there's a missing the puck thing and it's sitting against the hood. So, or the hood is hitting the what's that called? Cowl? No, not the cowl. The firewall. Yeah. It's also hooked up, kinda. So we're gonna go take it for a test drive. We're here to start for the first time.
I will see if it fits out the door first.
Yeah, that's the problem. We measured the stacks and they're like 13.2 and the door's like 13, so that's gonna be a hair interesting. That's why when I ordered the stacks for the Kenworth that are currently now on the Peterbilt, because I never put them on the Kenworth, I ordered them at 12.10 so they could fit through the door. Let's see what it sounds like. Hopefully it starts to back up.
Fingers crossed. What? You got a stuck brake. The front drive on this side. There it went. Lot of room.
it leaks really bad on the where the arm comes off. And I was gonna check it and I forgot. Well, I went to go turn and didn't want to turn. That fucker was bone dry. Yeah, it's better now. We'll have to get a seal for that and try to change it. Try to see how I can shift. I haven't driven a truck in years that hasn't had a shifter extension on. And I haven't driven a cat in 5 years, 6 years. And the engine fan's stuck on, so that makes it a lot harder to shift. Oh, this thing shifts nice. Oh, I miss the cam sound. I can't wait till it's single turbo. Oh my god, I miss having a cam so much. I need to figure out why the engine fan's stuck on. We got brakes. Okay, we got brakes. Sounds good. Sounds sick. 70 pounds of oil pressure, holding air. Definitely, you can tell the power steering's not happy. I don't know if I gotta put a pump on it. It's definitely not happy. I can feel that. Rated 14 some volts, so it's got alternator charging. Yep, drives like an old truck. Man, I cannot wait to go through this thing. Sounds like you're running really good though. God, I wish I could get the engine fan off. I don't know if I can plug the airline. I might try that, see if I can do the airline. If it'll. You know, I can't remember if these need air to work or not to work. If they don't have air, they won't release. I can't remember. I don't know what that does. It shifts so nice. I miss having a cat. God damn.
It seems like you're shifting better in this than
In mine, yeah.
yours, yeah.
Well, I think the sun with it, well, between that tall shifter, but I don't feel like it shifts that good anymore. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if it's something to do with the injectors in my truck that are making it harder to shift. I've always been able to shift the cat better, but they also shift a little bit slower, so that's kind of part of it too. And this is going to shift hard with these engine fans on. It always shifts a lot harder with the engine fans on. not like this. Well, we got the truck home. It runs and drives now. We were able to get the engine fixed and everything, so that part's good. It does need some work. So one thing we noticed, the engine fan will not shut off, and the check engine light sometimes is on. It was on when we were test driving it, and then I let it idle for a little while. And I was unhooking my other trailer and hooking up to my main, or not my other trailer, the trailer I used to haul this home. It's not my trailer. And then hooking back up to mine, I came back in this, and the engine light was off. And when I drove it home, it never came back on. But the fan was still stuck on. So gotta figure that out. That's kind of goofy. The lights, like on the side of the cab and the air cleaners, for some reason, whenever you start the truck or turn the key on, those come on even though the switches aren't on, and nothing turns them off. So I don't know how those are wired. The lights in front of the wheels don't work at all. Can't figure out why those don't work. I'm guessing there's a broken wire for those somewhere. The back window is aluminum. There's no actual window in there, so we're obviously gonna take that out and put a glass back in it. The one windshield is cracked. The power steering leaks pretty bad, actually. So we topped that off, and then it started working again pretty decent. So we'll have to fix that, obviously. It has a bad wheel seal. It needs brakes, a couple tires. Other than that stuff that I just threw off, it's got motor history. It has about 680,000 on overhaul, and then in 2020, so 5 years ago, it actually got new main bearings and rod bearings and stuff. So I don't really know how healthy the engine is. It also got a new oil pump at that same time and a cam. It seems to run pretty good. It does seem like it has a slight miss. So I don't know if one of the injectors isn't quite right, or it just needs an overhead, because we did not do an overhead yet. So it's hard to say. Like I said, it has kind of a slight miss, it seems like, but other than that, it seems to run pretty good. Jake's work good. Trying to think what else. Needs a little bit of interior work. I mean, it's a project. It's not a perfect truck, and that's why we bought it cheap. Then it was not running and stuff, and so it does need a little bit of work, but honestly, a lot of that stuff that it needs isn't really that expensive. Like the injectors can get expensive, but like the wheel seal, them are cheap. It just takes a little bit of time to do. I've never done one before myself, so it's gonna be a truck I can kind of learn on and stuff, which will be neat. For all this, I mean, this is a project truck for YouTube. I said I bought the truck. Wasn't really planning on buying it, but I bought it right. It's gonna be perfect for doing on YouTube, and should be a lot of fun. Take you guys on a journey and see what we can do with it. I mean, I don't really know what the plan is. I kind of bought it for my brother to run, but he can't go on my insurance for a year, so then now we're thinking about maybe going a different route or something. So now I don't really know what we're gonna do with it. We might turn it into kind of a race truck / drag truck. I don't know. We didn't really have a plan for it. It was also one of the things, do we just fix it up a little bit and sell? We really don't know. I mean, it's not, I'm not gonna lose money, let's just say that. The way it sits right now, it's a $50,000 truck as it sits, with some minor work like cosmetic and like get it like 100%. I mean, it's probably worth 60, 65, with some minor work and stuff, and a good polish job will go a long ways on this thing. So I can't really go wrong with it. It's a nice truck, and next weekend hopefully we're gonna clean it up good and not polish it, because I don't have this. I'm not good at polishing, but we're at least gonna clean it up and give it a good bath. And Morgan's gonna start detailing it, which, like I said, Follow her on TikTok. She's gonna go through and make TikToks on this. But yeah, we're just gonna start going through it, and a little bit of time, no big rush on it. I mean, it's not getting put on the road probably at all by me, if not anytime soon. So if you guys want to follow along, you guys want to see Morgan stuff, go follow her, follow this YouTube channel. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.